What's going on, everybody? We back with another episode. I know we ain't been on y'all TVs in a while, on y'all YouTube channels in a while, but we back. You know what time it is, man. Wise Guys with Cliff and
God Jr.
All right. I'm gonna let it rock. All right, God Jr. Do it. All right. So we got a good subject matter. Well, we have good subject matter to talk about today. And as we know, your boy Waka Flocka Flame left the I guess the podcast with Fresh and Fit, and it was over some interesting pretenses. He introduced the idea. Well, we all know this to be so. It's not a new idea, but he stated he's a real nigga. So we're gonna investigate what is a real nigga, what does that mean, and how did that translate to him exiting the stage. And so I know, Sammy, I know you ain't watched it yet. I've seen it, so it's just gonna be fun to react to this. And I think y'all get y'all have to no, that ain't my job. Tell them what to do, Sam.
Hey, like always, we appreciate y'all tuning in and rocking with us. But if you have not yet, and if you're new here, and if you've been here and just ain't did it yet, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, interact with us, because that's why we're here. We ain't here to just talk to us. We can talk offline. We're here to talk to y'all. We're here to go back and forth with y'all. So we appreciate y'all. Please hit that subscribe button. We need that. There you go.
We need that. So without further ado, let's get into the bit of a bean footage. Well, you know what? Before we get there, let's kind of spitball a little bit. So again, what Waka Flocka said before he exited was, "Yeah, I'm a real nigga. I don't talk to females like that." Let's try to unpack a little bit. What does it mean to be a real nigga? Because we've all heard it in whatever type of environment you've been in. What does that mean?
Well, I guess let's I think it'd be better to unpack if we can do it in context with how he used it. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how he used it, and then we can kind of go back from there and we can figure out what he means by it, because of course it's subjective, and I just want to see what he meant by "I'm a real nigga," and what he's not gonna do and why he left. So I'm interested to see what happens.
All right, okay. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do a share clip right now, and we'll stop it. If you need me to stop it, go ahead and let me know. And without further ado, let's do it.
Depending on what kind of traumas you go through, there's complex PTSD, which has occurred over a long period of time, and then there's PTSD. The way you tackle PTSD.
And fair use. Myron and Walter, don't strike us. Fair use.
Through talk therapy. When you go through complex PTSD, you have to go through EMDR therapy.
Hold on. How about
I love when they hit the little stop the music. So I gotta say, sometimes they be having some busted looking bras up there, but it's a pretty decent looking panel. I'll rip. Let me say that.
I ain't even look, but yeah, I guess so.
The one in the blues, you ain't looking bad, that girl.
Come on. The only black one out there.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is what it is. But okay, all right. So right now she's talking about PTSD, and let me say this. This is kind of what you see a lot from women. Like they try to over explain like phenomena and like, well, you got to consider all the things, and it's emotion based commentary. Let me say that. So, and Myron, he's really good at this. Fresh Walter don't ever say shit. Man, no hate. Fresh is terrible, man. He never has nothing really to say.
Which one is Fresh?
The dark skinned one on the right.
Oh, okay.
He don't, and he talks, and he has like a kind of a speech impediment, which I do too, but I speak way better than him. He just don't really have no value to add to it. But he's an entrepreneur. He helps bring the talent in and things of that nature. But so he serves a purpose. It's just funny when they do these discussions. He doesn't really add a lot of value. But at any rate, it is what it is. So with that being said, Myron's about to start breaking down like that feeling psychology down to like, tangible, malleable things that we can actually talk about. So I can kind of preface what's going on.
Okay.
All right.
I would just say people are stupid. Yeah. How about that? Like, bro, like, yo, we got to get away from like giving people, outs for being retarded. Like, if I'm saying facts about men and women are physically different and men are physically superior to women, it's just like, well, not really. Show me the studies. Like, we got to go back to telling people they're stupid. The only reason she was able to come on the pod.
I ain't gonna lie. It's a lot of stupid motherfuckers, man.
That's funny.
And it's funny, like I'm not so much staunch with being straight to the point that I don't understand people's feelings, and obviously you don't want to call people stupid to demean them or degrade them. I understand it, but at the same time, if I'm just being honest to my first line of thinking with some people when they say shit, like you're a dumb motherfucker. You're just a dumb motherfucker, and it's okay to be a dumb motherfucker. Just know you're a dumb motherfucker. Go ahead. If you got anything to add to that?
Nah, some people just don't know, and I think that's a large part of the problem. So,
I would say the ridiculous thing she was saying with her dumbass friend is because we don't tell people they're stupid anymore. We need to go back to bullying people, letting them know, no, that's not really how the world works. You sound dumb. Change your way of thinking. But we don't bully people no more and tell them they're dumb.
Now, Myron is really big on this bullying thing. Is healthy, kind of. he goes hard with this. Now, I don't agree that it's a good idea to bully people, but I also understand that bullying is kind of part of the process.
The process of what? Getting people to
of developing thick skin.
Okay.
Because your boy had a big ass forehead most of my life. Well, all my life, right? And there's a time I didn't know that until people at school let me know that.
Yeah.
And I started to learn to be comfortable with a big ass forehead because I got a big ass forehead.
Right.
So I'm not saying it's right, but it's necessary for character development, in my opinion. Now it sucks because I used to make me cry like when I was a kid, like when I was young. But at the same time, I don't want to be like, oh, it made you cry. No, I had to learn to work myself through that shit because that's how life is ultimately. So I understand what he means by that. I just don't like the way he says it because it's very clunky in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm anti-bullying 1,000%. I think it's another way you can do that without bullying people. Truth is not bullying people, Somebody could have told.
Some people view it that way though.
Right, and I mean, again, it's subjective. It's subjective, but it could have been a way that somebody told you that you got a big forehead, and it would have been productive, and you'd be like, damn, I guess I do have a big forehead. Without them, you feeling like they bullied you, or people tell me, you got skinny legs. Like, nigga, I know, but yeah. So it's like, okay, shit, it's my mama's fault. Whatever. I've never tripped on that, but I didn't take it as, I guess it's about how you take it, how you receive it. I didn't take it as bullying because if I felt like they was going overboard, then it would have been some static, but if they were just saying something like stating the obvious, then it's the obvious, I think it's bullying when you're doing something that, well, I guess when it's excessive, and that's unnecessary to be excessive to get your point across. I think that just shows the weakness in you and your lack of communication skills, that you can't say what you're trying to say without trying to hurt somebody to make them realize what you're trying to say. And that's weak shit. So I don't know. That's Fresh that said that shit?
Oh, no, that's Fit.
Fit. Yeah, Fit, that's some weak shit. I'm sorry. That's weak. You don't have to bully people to get your fucking point across. You don't. So.
Well, I would kind of deviate, on 2 points. It's the arbiter of bullying. Because, again, you said truth ain't necessarily bullying, but in this space, this liberal space we live in, just being honest, tell somebody the truth is bullying. And so it can be rolled into a hate crime.
I guess give me an example of that. Give me an example. Like
calling somebody fat.
You say who?
Calling somebody fat. That can be rolled as fat shaming. And it can go into a real thing now. But you're fat.
Yeah. And I don't see, again, so you're right as far as like calling somebody fat, even when they fat. But we know fat is a derogatory word, even though they fat. It's another way you can call people fat. You know what I'm saying? Without saying fat. Huh?
See, now you sound like motherfuckers on Black Planet. Back in the day, they'd be like, voluptuous.
yeah, voluptuous. Yeah.
Boy, shout out to Kevin Samuels, man. When I hear voluptuous, I'm like,
Yeah, no,
voluptuous, I knew to keep it pushing, dog.
exactly though. But they were able to communicate what they are without saying the derogatory form of it. Like you
fat.
Fat is, but that's a word that stings. Even though it's true.
You skinny, you got skinny legs, and people call you that. I mean, you learn to accept.
But I'm not insecure.
So what? Who's the arbiter of bullying though? Where's the threshold?
It's the person that's receiving it. So we have to be. I guess we got to be conscious of who we're talking to and how we communicate and shit based on what they can handle. And that's a lot of burden to carry. But I think that it's fair when you're projecting your opinions or whatever onto somebody else, because you could really not say shit and it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to take the time to say something, then you got the responsibility to say it the right way, or you could get fucked up. Either way, you know what I'm saying?
Well, listen, I don't disagree with that. I think if you say something that's abrasive, then you got to be willing to deal with what comes next after that. I agree with that.
Yeah,
but it doesn't make it not true.
Truth is truth, and I'm with that. It don't care who tell it. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's truth is you can call somebody fat. You can tell somebody they fat without having to say you're fat, and they will get the same point. And they would. I guess it's about if you care about how that person takes it, because I want this person to know if I'm telling somebody they fat, it's probably because I don't want them to be fat anymore. Like my cousin, you know, Danielle, I tell him, hey man, what you gonna do? You got insurance, you can get that surgery. You know what I'm saying? Like what's up? I ain't saying you fat motherfucker. Like what, you know, like I could say that and try to shame him because that's what it would be, but I don't want to shame him into it. It's like, hey, it's a healthier option out there. Like, what's up? Can you explore? Like, what we gonna do? Because I want to see you here. I told him that. Like, you know, Rory just died not long ago. One of our cousins. I'm like, I don't want to see you being next. You know what I'm saying? Like we trying to be here. What's up? So it's just about how the person that's giving that information, if they care or not. If they don't give a shit, they're gonna say whatever is the first thing that comes to their mind, like, you fat. Well, prime example, when I'm in the car and somebody do something to me and I'm driving because I got road rage, I say the first thing that I see about this person. Like, it could be you old bitch or you big head motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? It could be whatever I see first, I'm saying that shit because I don't care how, if they could hear, how they would take it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about the person that's saying it and what their intention is. And I think that's why that bullying shit is weak, because you have to want to be a bully to do that shit. You have to want to hurt somebody or not care to hurt somebody to do that shit. And I just think that's a sign of weakness, because it is an alternative. If it wasn't an alternative, then fuck, it ain't an alternative, but it is what it is. It is an alternative. You can relate a certain message a certain way and get your point across without having to hurt the person to do it.
Yeah, what you're saying is called, decorum. So
right,
in decorum, you understand to parse your words, to keep the greater good, intact. As far as so I'm not dismissing that what humans should do. It's just the best way to go about things, amicably and have conversation and things of that nature. Now, there's also the podcast world. In the podcast world, you can kind of tap brakes a little bit on the decorum factor and just be matter of fact. So, again, and fundamentally, I disagree with Myron saying, well, I agree with him fundamentally. But in actual practice, it's just not a good idea to call motherfuckers fat. I totally understand that. But in the same vein, I understand that it's almost like this society is getting so damn wayward that you can't call shit what it is no more. You can't call anything what it is. So much so, these people can't even tell you what a woman is, what a man is. They can't tell you because they'll sidestep and they'll sidebar. And when you look up, you got no real answer. Look no further than that black congressman when this white dude was pressing her in Congress. He asked, so what is a woman? She could not answer the goddamn question. And that's at the highest level. We're supposed to be, from our, government, structure. She can't answer what a woman is because you so caught up in the PC, shackles, as it were.
Right.
Yeah, you don't even want to misspeak and say what a woman is, right? So I think there's a healthy balance between that extreme and the extreme of just, again, denigrating people, to your point. I think there's a healthy balance between both of those boundaries.
I agree with that, because I'm on that side of like, just when as far as what the woman thing is and all that, which is really big nowadays. If you're born a woman, you're a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. It don't matter what you want to be. You could be what you want to be, but you can't make people address you as such. And it shouldn't even be an issue, like with all the pronouns and all that bullshit. I know we deviate off the subject, but it shouldn't even be an issue, because why can't we just call people by their names and that be it? Like, your name is Steve or Stephanie.
If you don't know yet, though, we say, sorry, ma'am. Sorry, sir. So there's that aspect, though. If you ask
right. So I'm going to call it how I see it. And if I see a man, I'm gonna say, my bad, bro. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that is bullying.
Now,
that's why it gets goofy.
I guess, you know what? I guess that I haven't been in that situation recently. I'm sure I've been in it where I've been around a woman that's a man, that was born a man. And I'm trying to think. I think that when I addressed the situation, or when I was talking, I made sure that I didn't say things like, I wasn't casual with them. Like, I'll be like, if it's somebody that even if I just met him, like somebody came with you and I talked to him, like, oh shit, that's what's up, bro. Like, I will be casual with them. But for this person, I made sure to not be casual with them and just keep it, kind of straightforward, because you want to you don't know what you don't know. And I guess it's just best to keep things straightforward. It's like, you answer, you say, that's what's up. You don't say that's what's up, bro. You be like, that's what's up, and leave it at that. So I think that's how I handled that, and how I would handle it going forward, so you don't trip up anywhere. And I know that seems like a lot, but just in respect to the unknown, I think that's the best way to go about it.
You don't end up like Umar when you call a transgender woman a beautiful black queen. Your stupid ass.
Oh, what?
Umar stepped in a big pile of doo-doo a few months ago. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Because that's that pander culture where that black woman is God, horse shit, and all that. And no disrespect to women. I'm not saying to denigrate women like you aren't meaningful, but this you're God shit. Fuck out of here. No, you're not. So Umar stepped into a pile of doo-doo calling that transgender woman beautiful black queen, and he walked it back later. But you step into that doo-doo not being genuine, and that's where you can end up not being genuine. I guess that's my ultimate point.
Right. So I think that's the point. Like, he wasn't, well, maybe he was. See, I think that he said that because of what he saw. And if that's what he viewed it as, he shouldn't have walked it back. He should have kept it as such. Like, oh shit, that was a dude. It's a beautiful nigga. Like, that's what it should have been.
Would you do that though?
Huh?
Would you do that?
I wouldn't have said, if I found out it was a dude, I wouldn't say shit after that.
But it's the same vein of thing though. It's just like, why even go there? You saying it's a beautiful queen, dog. Why even go there?
See, that's
ma'am,
the unknown.
Oh shit, it's a dude. Okay, well now I know now. Just address her as such, ma'am.
Right. That's the thing right there. Like I said,
and you got caught up with that sniper. That's what happened. Yeah, we 4 deep. Y'all hit the like button, man. Appreciate y'all pulling up. I know we ain't done a video in a while, so thank you.
Appreciate it. No, I think that's the thing. I think that you have to respect the unknown. If you don't know that this is a beautiful black queen, then why are you calling her that shit? Exactly. That's how you trip yourself up. So it was disingenuous, and he was just saying shit just to make it sound good, and that's what happened. And I don't feel sorry for that at all, because you put yourself.
Moreover, you're being disingenuous because all these bras ain't no goddamn queens. If everybody's a queen and king, who are the subjects, right?
Right.
All the logic all the way home. So when people do that shit, what's up, King? What's up? I never liked that shit. Like even when I was more Hotepian as far as my
2015.
2015-ish.
Yeah.
I never felt right calling people king and shit. Like other brothers I was chopping with, I was like, brother, like, homie. I never felt right because everybody can't be kings. There's nowhere in the world where everybody's a king. That makes no sense. So conversely, calling women black queens, that never made no sense to me. One queen is one of them shit. You kick over Beehive, it's hella bees in there, one queen, right? That's just how the world works. So I just don't subscribe to that ideology because it just fundamentally does not make sense.
No, I get it. I think that I'm more so on the side. Well, I was, and I am still on the side of calling women queens, and it's not in the literal sense because we know that they not their dad wasn't a king, and or whatever, their mama wasn't a queen, but it's more so to uplift them from to uplift their frequency that they vibrating at. You know what I'm saying? And I know that it works because I'll say that to a woman and that'll be like the highlight of their day. And they'll say that, be like, dang, nobody ever calls me that. And it makes them look at themselves in another potential light, not in the actual light, but in a potential light. And I feel like if you introduce that potential, then that's a path that they could possibly walk down and better themselves. And all it took for me was to address them as such. And it don't take no sweat off my back. It's a problem. My wife don't like that shit. She like.
If you should.
Yeah.
You sound like Derek Jackson, nigga. Bro.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I never heard him or what he said about that shit, but I do.
He says Adjust Your Crown. That's one of his books.
Yeah. Well,
they don't need to hear that shit because you're a regular ass female in this world, dog. In this country, 2 million more of you exist than men. You're not special like that. Now, are you special individually to your family? Yes, absolutely. You mean something to somebody. You don't mean something to everybody. That's reality. So I'm that coach. I'm not gonna tell you, man, son, you're gonna make it to the NBA. And I'm like, dude, this probably gonna be your last year hooping, but get the most out of it. So I think the fundamental thing, no matter what. I told this dude, I live in LA. I met this cat, and he was like, man, yeah, I'm gonna use black tech to mess up, to take down racism, man, because we don't have enough representation in black tech. I'm like, bro, with all due respect, no. You're not gonna take down racism with black tech, homie. Like cartoon black tech is what he's talking about. I'm like, it's not gonna happen. In reality, bro, you're not that special, dog. I'm not that special. And I think myself to be pretty special, but if I'm just being honest, bro, I'm another cog in the cogwheel, dog. So, go ahead.
I think that's all perspective. And
no, it's fact. You're not special. That's fact. You're not special.
Special is subjective. Special is subjective.
Don't do that shit. That's what women do. Don't do that. No, I'm not letting you do that.
I'm just telling you, it is. What is the definition of special, and how do you?
What's the connotation of special? That means you have basically you lord over other people. You have preferential treatment, and you're a person that is exalted more than the average person. Most people understand that they're average, and they hear the term average, and they get offended by it when you're average.
Yeah, but I think that's why people have specialties. It don't make them overall special.
God. I'm glad this is our first one we arguing. I'm good with it. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm saying people have special things about them. And I guess you can't say that they don't. You can't say that people are not special because they know that they.
So if that's the case, what's pretty? I may have lost you.
No, I'm here.
Okay, I mean, but we understand certain qualifiers for certain terms. So if that's the case, who can say who's wealthy? Who can say who's broke? Who can say who's pretty? Who can say who's ugly? Who can say who's fat? If you want to use that line of thinking. That means you can make everything arbitrary.
Everything basically is though.
Yeah, but it's not though. People think associatively pretty well, actually.
I agree with that. I agree, but also and I understand that the exceptions are not the rule. I know that if me and you saw a fat person, we would probably both think that they was fat.
We know a fat motherfucker when we see a fat motherfucker. Come on, bro.
I understand that, but it's also somebody that you would think is pretty that I wouldn't think is pretty, or I think is pretty that you don't think is pretty.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. Like the fact that it varies, you can't discount it. You can't take that away from people because they may be that person that it applies to.
Right. But there's a consensus of like the overwhelming majority. So me and you, let's just say you say Gabrielle Sidibe is beautiful.
Who?
Precious. That's an ugly motherfucker, right? But if there's that one person who says, "Oh no, she's beautiful," so it doesn't debunk the consensus that that's not a beautiful woman, right?
So again, the exceptions. So you would have to get a general consensus on that. If it's just you and them,
though, is my point. People generally can discern who's attractive and who's not. It's for the.
I agree with that. I agree. Yes. But how is the question? Like what is the what is it measured by? You know what I'm saying? Like what makes us say that this woman is pretty? Is it because she's light skinned? Is it because she got a big booty? Is it because she got a face that's attractive?
All them things make you pretty.
Right. But I'm saying, like, so look at the still right here. Let's look at this still right here. Yeah. A pretty woman in this still, to me, maybe the second one to the right. Maybe. I can't see her whole full face, but the rest of them are just average to me.
Okay. But I would say, I mean, you're a person who's used to dealing with pretty women, so your scale's a little higher. Mm-hmm. I would say to the average man, so just taking my select glasses off. I know everybody call it select when you can get attractive women. Right. I would say all of them by general standards are pretty. Now, personal preference lane, shorty to the far left, and old girl taking to the right is where I would stop that at. Me personally.
Yeah.
But generally, I can take my glasses off and just understand that these are attractive women or pretty women by general standards. I would say that.
I could agree. I could agree with that, but I wouldn't disagree if somebody had an adverse opinion.
If somebody say all them hoes up there ugly, no, that's not true. Now I gotta see. Now you may be some billionaire who just got the best that God created at your disposal. Then
I'm about to say it depends on who's saying the shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Again, I'm defaulting towards average, regular opinions. And
if that's the bar, then that's
how the bar can be with everything because you can't go extremes.
Right. Because they don't generally live on the extreme. So I guess that's what I'm saying, and I don't even know where the fuck we was going with that shit.
We hit though.
Yeah, I don't know where that shit was going, but anyway, let's move forward.
This is good though. This is good. Mm-hmm. Generally, we agree on everything, but we kind of had to trudge through the mud a little bit, proverbially speaking, and it's a good thing.
Yeah,
you go back to doing that. We live in a very pussified society where everyone thinks what they say is valid.
I agree.
Oh yeah, baby girl to the far right was nice, boy. that motherfucker nice, boy.
See, niggas know.
These right here, not so much. My head don't have no business on. I'm sorry, I'm being mean. Let me stop. That's Karen in the making right here, boy.
With the jugs, though, that's why.
You got some jugs on it. I ain't gonna lie to you now. Yeah. You got some jugs.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. So we 6 deep, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Appreciate y'all coming back and listen to your boys. Let's go.
I appreciate
that's ridiculous.
I'm having fun as shit. Actually.
I agree with that.
That's what I was saying before.
Hey, I'm sorry, I disagree, bro. I'm gonna be honest, nigga. I'm a real nigga, right?
There we go. Y'all see. So now we're going to delve into what is a real nigga according to Waka Flocka Flame, who's currently 36 years old in real life, which is 3 years younger than us.
Mm-hmm.
So let's listen to the psyche of a man 36 years old, very successful, I give him these props, who considered himself a real nigga to trump what mind games has said about calling stupid people stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never make a woman, I don't give a fuck
100%.
What you say?
Hold some
King,
space.
I'm respecting you on your show. Nigga, that's wrong.
That is wrong.
Hey, and peep this though. So his position is he stated that he's wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch this
About what though?
Well, again, about he basically his issue is like handling women a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
He don't like talking abrasively to women. That's ultimately what his point is. But watch him. He led in his position is that I don't agree with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Watch this nigga keep talking.
Of course, because you got an opinion. I'm a real nigga.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck what she said. I'm different from you. I would have never let her get a buck skin. I would have just, if I feel like you're a clown, I'm gonna give you the circuits. Then I'm gonna throw a line on stage with you.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel you a clown, I'm gonna throw you in the circus and I'm gonna put a line up there. What the fuck does that mean?
I'm gonna treat you like a clown.
Why?
Because that's what you are. That's what I feel like you are.
So he basically is surreptitiously. God damn, that girl fine to the left. He calling him a clown basically on a sneak tip.
Oh, is that? I thought he was just making an example.
Yeah, but why even bring that up? Let's go back. Let's run it back.
Yeah.
I would just, if I feel like you're a clown, I'm gonna give you the circuits. Then I'm gonna throw a line on.
Hold on a little bit.
And I'm a real nigga.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm telling you right now, I don't give
I like how Myron kind of, because here's what most niggas understand. When they say, I'm a real nigga, that means you trying to peacock on a nigga. Like, you know, in the animal kingdom, if you want to, like, a bear to not attack you, you get taller than the bear and the bear makes a decision if you want that smoke or not. That's what Waka Flocka is doing to these niggas right now.
Mm-hmm. I heard it in his voice. Like, I'm a real nigga.
In this position, he's very dismissive. Talking to the left of the mic is just like, y'all got me fucked up kind of thing. Is he got you feel me? So at that point, you gotta make a choice as a host to a guy. I mean, I would say Waka Flocka is still a pretty decent celebrity at this point. You gonna let him take over your show, or you gonna hold frame?
Yeah.
And risk the shit going left when he's your invited guest that you probably paid to come in there, right?
Right.
So shout out to Myron for still holding frame, because you couldn't be like, okay, yeah, man, I respect that. He's like, what did he say exactly?
Okay, that's cool.
That's cool. Yeah, like that's something you would say. I can see you saying that all day tomorrow. That is something you would say all the way.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool, nigga.
All right, real nigga. All right, okay. Fuck that mean? Then you about to whip my ass or some shit?
Yeah. You talking to one nigga? That ain't moved me. Who you telling that to? These women?
That ain't moved me, bro.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it going.
And I'm a real nigga.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck what she said. I'm different from you. I would have never let her get a buck skin. I would have just, if I feel like you're a clown, I'm gonna give you the circuits. Then I'm gonna throw a line on stage with you. Matter of fact, we're gonna sell popcorn because we can make it all merch. But
so I don't know exactly what he meant by that, but look who took to that comment though.
That's why I say this nigga front in front of these hoes. That's what he doing.
Here you go.
And I say hoes for lack of better words, but I mean the women.
But in that context, these are hoes. Miami, late night, party girls. These are hoes. And not saying hoe that they just fucking everybody. I don't know their business. But when we out in the club and you see these broads like this, you be like, man, where the hoes at? Oh,
fair enough.
Hoes over there. I mean, it's just
fair enough. That's why I said it wasn't meant in a derogatory way.
It's more a matter of fact, like calling niggas, a pack of dudes. Oh, them niggas over there. It's the same thing, but I know some people don't like that. It is
same. Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely capping in front of them.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
He's right and he's wrong for a fact. Because there's a whole group of other men that don't feel like
he was little.
What I lead in with, he said that he's wrong and he's gonna be fucked up. I don't care who it is. Blah, 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 blah. Now he said you're right, but he's wrong. Mixed things off real.
Right. Time out. Lil Sammy just walked in here. Well, he been sitting for a second, but I said he capping in front of them hoes. He talking about when you start using that word. We've been saying that shit since fucking middle school. They think they made the shit up.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, why are you talking about when I start using? I've been saying that shit since I was your age.
I was asking because I never like actually heard you say it.
Because you ain't my friend. I don't talk to you like my friend.
Hello. I got a poke. Hello.
Hell?
Daddy.
Yeah. My son ain't finna be talking to you like that.
That's funny.
Just let you in here.
Hey, what's up, though? He about 12 now, huh?
Yeah, so he about to be 13 next month.
Yeah. Hey, man. He know what time it is.
Yeah, he do. He do.
He watching this on his free time. He know what time it is.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, go ahead.
That's the way men in the past used to think. But
I hate that. That's the way men in the past. No, men of the past are the men of today. It's the same shit. The world has been the world forever, man. And shout out to my guy T-Dot, man. T-Ben. I talked to him today about like men and women dynamics and things of that nature. The world's been the world forever, dog.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got these new breed of niggas to the point of the sentiment that try to go way left from conventional thinking. But the problem is, it's still more of us who just still holding the line, dog. So I don't love his phraseology to say that, oh, well, that's the old way. Because I'm going to keep it real. That's a bitch talking point. That's what bitches do. Well, it's a new day. No, the day is going to be what it is since the dawn of time. It just is. It just is.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be what it's always been. Men lead society. Women are the complement. Show me where that's not been the case since the dinosaurs and beyond. But we think in this era, we're just going to switch up the dynamic and things are going to change. No, the world is going to stay the same. I say this all the time. Before you was here, while you're here, and after you're gone.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I ain't got nothing for that. I agree 100%.
There you go, man. So I'm gonna let Waka keep talking though.
But
yeah,
like everything else, you got to transition. You have to evolve with your opinions. Some
No,
women go too far with that shit, and that's why I got my man on ice like it, because women is pulling. Oh no, men make us feel sexy. Men, nah, that's bullshit. Some of that shit, I'm telling you, it's bullshit.
Again,
hold on. Let him.
All right,
I want you to stop too, but let's see where you going with this shit.
Just look at when you talk. Look who agree with you, and that tells you everything you need to know.
That's who we catering to, though.
Of course, that's the Derrick Jackson shit.
Yeah, that's who we catering to. He's literally. I seen where he was going with it when he started talking about that men don't make women feel sexy shit, and it's like they doing it for themselves. And I could see where that shit was going. And
they're not. That's not what women do. Women do shit for attention because it's hardwired in y'all to show off what you have. It's hardwired into y'all. Like at the club, you know the bad bras being the VIP, showing off what you can't have. Oh, I twerk. It's just for my girls. No, it's not. It's for attention.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you what I know, man. I've been in the game for a minute, dog. I know you don't go out like that. They ain't doing it for themselves. Because you can do it for yourself at your house. If that's truly what it's about. No, you want to be seen doing it, and people talk about you. Get what you get out of it. That's what you're doing.
Right.
Popular demand. You get what I'm trying to say? Some people use these quotes and shit to their advantage to make money or to advance in their career. I'm just saying that, but
I disagree. I think when people say things that are stupid, they need to be called out, man or woman.
I agree. You say stupid shit.
So again, Waka's agreeing with Myron yet again, but your disposition, your thesis, as it were, was that you don't agree. Which one is it, my guy?
I'm willing to bet he was raised by a single mother.
Oh, yo, absolutely. He had a helicopter mother, bro. Loving
I remember her. Yeah, she was okay. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, that
uniform on, bro. That's
there you go. It because his logic is playing one way, but his emotionality is another. It's like, yeah, I agree with you, but I feel like this.
There you go.
Bruh, you start sounding like a woman when you start talking about, I feel like, and not that men don't feel, but when you start making that shit make sense to you, when you know it's just a feeling, that's when it becomes problematic. But he knows logically, he's like, yeah, I agree with you, but I feel like this, so I don't agree with you. You letting your feelings trump your logic, and that's what I mean is a problem. And that's for anybody, men or women.
Shout out to Stephen P, man. Rest in peace, man. He was like, You never let your emotions govern your actions.
Who said that?
Sinful to P, man. He passed a few months ago, man. He great YouTuber.
Yeah.
You don't let your emotions govern your logic. Shout out to Wisdom, man. Good to see you. Said, why do rappers act different than in person, than in music? Exactly, because this the same dude, right? Who put out all kind of music about fucking hoes and doing all that shit. It's because that's what they really do. But when they come into a setting like this, they try to dress up that image that they really are. And then, to me, I'm just keeping it real. Waka Flocka is a baby boy. And baby boys, they tend to like in what you said, you didn't even know it, but you nailed it. They have that mama complex. So they're gonna default to that mama complex no matter what until they break that cycle. Some of them never break. It's just a mama boy talk. Baby boy, you see the movie Baby Boy with Tyrese? Perfect example of what I'm talking about right here.
All right, let's push through.
He didn't want Melvin to move in and shit. Oh, I'm the man in the house. Nigga, you your mama's son, homeboy.
Yeah, that nigga learned real quick. The nigga Melvin came in. Yeah. Mama.
What did he say? We got in that headlock. Mama, exactly. That's a baby boy.
But could she help him though?
Absolutely not. Melvin put both of them in the chokehold. Dually. Choke both of them out.
I think that is something profound in that, because they follow this, I guess, ideology that what they were taught is the right way to go, and when something happens they gonna scream mama, but in reality she can't fucking help you. She'd be in more trouble than you would be in that damn headlock if she tried to help you. So you on your own. So it's best to lead to a different form, a school of thought. You know, you plan yourself by just sticking to that one way. Not saying that, again, not all single mothers are doing a terrible job, but statistically y'all are. Statistically, y'all are, you know, because
y'all are.
Yeah, so that's just the reality of it. But I think it's a lot to be said when he got put in that fucking headlock and he screamed mama, and mama couldn't help him no matter what. But that's where he thought, like, that's where my help comes from. Mama, but mama can't help you. And that it's a lot to be said with that shit.
Well, with George Floyd too. I mean, I hate to bring up the dead, but that's what he screamed out too. And it just shows you the trajectory of that archetype of male. That's what they are. I mean, I'm sorry. Again, no disrespect to George Floyd, a Houstonite like myself. Questionable life choices. That's for damn sure. Some degenerate choices. But hey, man, every man got their walk.
Right.
At the same shit in dire straits, you calling for mama, right? So so ultimately, what I'm saying is there's something to derive from that.
Look what the Risen said right there.
What did he say? Oh, yeah, I just highlight. I was raised most about women, but being a mama's boy can make you appear soft. Yeah, because it is. Because you ebb to tend towards to resort to emotionality first. Because, I mean, of my parents, I'm close to my mother. And I had to break myself out that shit. I literally would go first emotionality because my mom is smart like me. My dad is more like brute force and funny. So I just identify more with my mom's. But then I had to like really realize that, because my mom used to cry all the fucking time. And my mom is 6 foot tall, as you know. My mom my mama don't play, and she has a
when you just said that she cried all the time. I can't see
she cry all the time, but she wasn't crying for the people though. She cried for me and my sister, right?
Oh, okay.
And like anytime that we would like, I guess, buck against her presiding over us, she would say, I'm just doing the best I can. And she would run that routine. And I'm not gonna lie, when I got like about around 13, 14, I'm like, man, all right, this shit getting old. Like every time you feel overwhelmed, you try to go to the well, you're doing the best you're doing. I like it didn't hold no weight no more to me, right? It just didn't.
Same.
Yeah, my mama punchy hurt. Like she a tall woman, Sammy know it. Shit, it is what it is, but it got to a point. I like that routine's old. Like that shit don't mean nothing to me. Yeah. And I remember I challenged my pops when I was 16 years old. He's ready to whip my ass, and I stood down. Because I was used to talking. I got to the point where I tried to talk to him how I would kind of handle my mom. Yeah. And he was ready to put them things on me, and I felt that. And I stood down because it's like, all right, I don't think I really want them problems.
Hey, I did the same shit. My daddy, he 5'8". He's shorter than me.
But your old man got that fire in him though.
Yeah, and he ain't even like. It was when I had to move back to Houston for senior year, and I didn't want to come back, and I ran away, and they found me and all this shit, and I was in there talking, and I was like, I said, I think I told him and my mama, I was like, I don't respect y'all. I said. I said, I don't respect y'all. I said, I respect Uncle Reggie more than I respect y'all. And my daddy was like, all right, boy. And I was like, all right. That was as high as I was and fired up as I was. That, all right, boy.
You knew it was coming to shut it down.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you're right. You're right. I guess I am in here tripping. Yeah. Before I go too far, let me chill out. I ain't even fuck what my mama said. I ain't care. She could be mad if she wanted to. But when he said that, I was like, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's just different. And so to Nicole Hargrove's comment, she said, nothing soft about my son. I'm a single mother. Plus, if the fathers would stand up, we could fix the mothers doing such a bad job. So, okay, a few things with that. Listen, I want to know how old your son is. So let me know what that is. But listen,
he's 20. Is he 23?
Okay, so all right, I got the consensus. Well,
yeah, something like that.
He stopped being scared of you a long time ago, and he just happened to be a good kid. Because ultimately speaking, single motherhood is a horrible idea because generally, young men learn that they can run over their mother. Right, and they don't have to take the education system as serious anymore because there's not a lot of buffers to stop them. Coming from a guy, I've been a teacher for 4 years of my life. Black boys in single raised households get to about a 6th grade reading level. That's facts. So it's just a bad idea. And your second point about men not standing up, yes, I agree with that. I think now I would say this. Some things that you guys do put men in a situation where they're leaving you, and vicariously through that, they're leaving the child, but they're mostly leaving you. They're like getting the fuck away from you. Now, I'm not absolving that, huh?
No, I said facts.
Yeah, and they're just taking collateral loss with the kid, which I think ultimately is irresponsible. I do. I'm not absolving men from the equation. But what tends to happen is you guys playing this leverage game with the kid, you get left with the kid. And that's what happens. So, and it's usually because it's a cycle perpetuated from you not learning it from a father, right? So that generally is how that paradigm gets set up. So again, I'm not putting it all on women per se. I think deadbeat fathers, you need to be accountable for your seed, man. No matter how much you may hate your baby mother, you need to be doing that shit. But I understand how those dynamics get set up because of the game that gets played. It is what it is. And Sammy knows shit. I mean, being your father many times over. That game get ugly.
Yeah.
That game get real ugly. So I just want to say that I'll let you tee off and then we'll get to the rest of the comments and then we'll keep it pushing.
Yeah, no, I know who this is. So I
took that. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I know that she was raised by her dad, so she doesn't typically move like a typical woman would, so she doesn't think she doesn't do and think like other women would do, and I know that to be fact. But at the end of the day, she's still a woman, she's still a mother, and handling a job that's meant for two people is always going to be harder to do with one person. It's just, that's the facts. And when you trying to raise a man, when you're a woman, no matter if you was raised by a man, you still going to have trouble because you are a woman. And it's like you said, at 13 for you was like, that shit old, mama. Like,
you're more like 11.
In me, I was when Nikki was born. So whenever Nikki was born, 10, I think I was 11, one of the two. That's when I was like, nah, I don't respect this shit no more. And
it's just what it is.
Yeah, like and I had to kind of figure it out from there. And luckily I had Tony and my daddy, but it just imagine if they weren't there and I said I don't respect this shit no more and had to go figure it out elsewhere. And that's what typically happens to the boys that was yeah, she just said that. But that's what typically happens to these young men. They don't have a father figure to help show them the way. They don't have somebody that they can lean towards and learn from. And then they go to the streets, somewhere else to go get that information. And then it becomes fucked up because that's not where you're supposed to be learning from, So it's just, no matter what, it's tough. And there are exceptions to the rule. We know that, but statistically, it's fucked up. Just the women they get in Texas anyway. The women they get the kids 80% of the time. They fucking leaving the relationships 80% of the time. Like you said, when they raising young black males, they reading at an average of a 6th grade level as adult men, adults. Lil Sammy in 7th grade. And he's not that good of a reader. He reads well enough and on par. But if you reading worse than that as an adult, you're gonna have a fucked up time trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just and to her point that we need to be present, like you said, for some men, it's easier to just cut all the losses. It don't make it right, but it's like, fuck that, cut that whole situation, be done with it, and start over somewhere else, because I can do that. You made the choice you had the choice to keep the baby and all that stuff. That's all y'all. That's always gonna be y'all. But I can say, fuck that, I'm not dealing with it, and they can take shit from my check or whatever, but I'm not dealing with that woman no more. I don't care what came with her, and I just move on, because they rather not deal with that shit. They have to be able to survive mentally, and it ain't about emotion. They got to be able to survive mentally and be able to keep pushing forward somehow. Some of them just ain't shit, and I give you that.
Agreed. I'm not solving men off the equation, but
right. So, but I'm just saying, like, for some men that was like actually trying and shit like that, it's easy for them to say fuck it and fuck that kid. As bad as that sounds, it's like, fuck that kid in that situation, because you made it that bad. You made it so toxic that I could not exist in it with you, and we cannot co-parent efficiently, so I can't have nothing to do with you. I think that's not the best solution, but I'm just saying that's what happens every day, and we see it, and we can't act like that's not a part of the equation when it is. Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, it's nuanced and it's layered. It's unfortunate, and I think that us saying that the men need to be present and be better, I think that we need to hold that same accountability to the woman. Everybody needs to be accountable in a relationship. And if a baby came with a situation that y'all made together and wanted, then take care of the damn baby. Y'all don't have to take care of each other to take care of the baby. But again, situations and different situations are always different, and everything don't apply to everything. So you can't tell somebody how to do something when they don't feel like that's the way to go. But if we're going to solve this problem, we really need to start by who we dealing with in the first place. Like, we need to realize who's in front of us and what we could possibly potentially make with this person, like bringing another life into this world, and what that's going to look like for the next 25 years. Not the next 5 years, the next 25 years. You know what I'm saying? So we don't think like that. We don't have foresight like that. And I think that's like our Achilles heel. We fucked up because of it. We got so many single parents, and a lot of them are mothers. Me, I was a single father, but there's a lot of single mothers, way more single mothers than single fathers, because the system is for you. It's designed to help you. It ain't designed to help us.
Yep. Section 8 housing. Your camera's kind of
yeah.
Yes, Section 8 housing. Really, the stipulation is you can't have a man in the house.
Right, and that should be a trigger to people. Like, they don't want. Well, so for two reasons, it's like And we was having this conversation the other day why it's not cool for a man to go home and it is for a woman.
Damn, your shit fucking up again. Got charged that battery up, dog. All right, well, as Sammy gets his camera back together, but yeah, I mean, we see this prevalent in society, man. Like, you're incentivized to be a single mother, and it's this video, man. It's very tantamount what we're speaking about. And it's in the 1980s, and these teenage black women were in like New York, and they asked them about single motherhood and what do they expect out of the situation. And the consensus was they want the baby. They didn't care about the baby father. Like, they didn't care about the relationship with the baby father at all. And I'm gonna try to pull that video up because it is very apropos to what we're speaking about the mortality of like the single mother culture. It's like, yeah, I don't need no dude. I got my baby, and you shared something to me about, you know, a woman saying that my baby's gonna take care of me.
They gonna love me like no other man ever could, like or ever will. They gonna love me, but your babies are designed to leave you. They're designed
to leave you. No upward mobile society thinks that way. Now, when you're in your elder years and your kids they spread their wings, they got their stuff, then they take you in and they care for you. But if you think they're gonna be your crutch your entire life, come on, man, that's a fucked up plan, and we all know it. And I'm amongst the school thought I'm gonna call this shit out, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. It is a fucked up plan.
No more.
It is. It's why would you? Because what happens is, all right, you raise them. Say you have this kid at 30, which is a healthy age, you know, as far as you being able to know enough to raise it efficiently. All right, you had this kid at 30, and that's gonna be, that baby is gonna provide all the love that you need. All right, up until 48, and this kid goes out to college and start living their life or whatever. Like, for the next 10 years, from 48 to 58 or 60, like what are you gonna do until they can? They created their lives and are able to come and have you move in with them, and so they can take care of you again. Like, what are you gonna do in between that time?
Nothing.
You're gonna be trying to figure it out at fucking 48, almost 50 years old. And then what does the market look like for you?
It ain't no market.
It looks like cats. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And dogs. That's what it looks like, because
random dick. You're gonna get random dick.
And you'll always be able to get that. It's always gonna be a guy that's gonna want to have sex with you, because that's just what guys do. You will always find that. But if that's what you're looking for, and that's what is gonna be the sum of your life, like, come on, man, that's a pretty sad fucking life. And that's what I say. Y'all have the potential to be more. It ain't on some, Derek Jackson ass shit. It's just on some reality shit. Like, you don't have to go down that path that most people go down. You can go and do it the way that most people don't do it, and you can get a different result. Like, try that fucking path. It's just, it's frustrating because most people won't.
2 million more women in this country than men. 2 million more, y'all. So y'all can play the game of just trying to outfox men and outmen men and outmasculine men and out-earn men. You can do that shit till your motherfucking face turn blue.
Mm-hmm.
Reality is, for you to have a guy that you're going to respect, you are going to have to humble yourself in some capacity. Now, I know it's hard because especially women my age, you've been told this. Anything you can do, I can do better. You remember that commercial with Mia Hamm and Michael Jordan?
Uh-huh.
You've been fed this shit for a long time.
Huh?
So it's hard for you to turn back and admit that being softer, being more relatable, being more agreeable, being more pleasant.
I hit you in the
right? It seemed to be like a weakness to y'all. But the whole point is, what you perceive as quote unquote weakness, that's what a man expects. Especially a man worth anything in gold. You don't want to be with no chick who's gonna challenge you at every turn, who's gonna tell you what you are and what you ain't doing, and disagreeable. Men of means are not looking for women like that again, and the numbers show that we got more to pick from. We just do. 2 million more women than men in this country. Y'all look it up and call me cap if I'm capping. So ultimately, that ego has to drop a little bit. But I mean, we go into a heavy tangent.
Yeah.
It's just kind of steer the lane back to the real nigga paradigm. But I mean, you know, this is how these streams go sometimes. Sometimes a side thing does turn into a main thing. And so we explore and talk about it. So let's keep going. Unless you got anything else.
No, I'm sure we're gonna make another video on that shit. So yeah,
let's get it.
And that's my thing is like you got to call out stupidity, even if it's a man or a woman, because the thing is that we live in a world nowadays where we're scared to correct women and tell them that was dumb. You probably shouldn't say that, and it is what it is. And they get on a platform and embarrass themselves in front of 30,000 people. So my thing is, I think both genders need to be held accountable regardless. So
there's different ways of telling somebody they're stupid or making someone.
Yeah, you know, the more I go with this, the more I'm like, all right, stupid is very abrasive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm coming around.
Yeah,
I don't mean it, but I don't think it though. That's my first mind. Like, God damn, you're stupid.
Yeah.
I'm coming around.
Yeah.
Opinion valid.
Oh no, she came on for a show, so she got a show, pretty much. So
I mean,
that's what it is.
But I mean, here's the thing, and I was being very patient listening to her points, but she didn't make any valid points. I mean, you said that she made a valid point. I'm still trying to.
No, like bearing between women, like she was basically saying like it shouldn't matter between men and women about body counts. That's all she was saying.
And it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Oh, so since we stopped here at this station, what are your opinions about body count with women and men?
Man, for men and women, well, my opinion now is probably the same for both. If it's high, you had a problem. Mine, I ain't gonna lie to you, is ridiculously high, and I feel like that is a problem. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like it's so bad. Well, I don't even know if I should say that, but. But what I'm saying is if you're sharing your body with somebody, that should mean something. And if you're sharing it with that many people and it was meaning something, then it probably means nothing, and that needs to be addressed. Or if you sharing it with that many people and it don't mean nothing, then that means something and that needs to be addressed. So I understand how the flow of life goes. I understand how quickly you can fall in with somebody and vibe with them and, you know, all that type shit, especially with this microwave society. But that doesn't absolve you of self-respect, I guess, or who you choose to share your energy with, because it's literally an energy exchange. You know, older I think about it is like, and then it's like, well, damn, anybody can get you. It's just not attractive. It's like everybody can fuck. Like I don't want to. I will fuck. Yes, I will. Don't get me wrong. I will have some, but I don't want to. I'm not going to keep you because I don't want somebody that anybody can get, that everybody has had. If that makes sense. So a lot of people, they get older and they create this new life because you don't have to tell the truth about your old life and shit. And your true body count and how many people you done been through and all that shit. And then you kind of just got to trust it. But I don't know, man. I think that, like I said, I get it. But for me, using myself as an example, you know, with anecdotal evidence, I think that it can be ridiculous, and a super high body count is unnecessary. Now you can run through them, because I did, but I'm here to tell you that you don't even, it means nothing. And at the end of the day, especially, I mean, I know in the beginning it was like, all right, let me take down these hoes, and that added value to me because it was like notches up the mountain to me in my head. But in reality,
rite of passage kind of thing.
You say who?
It's a rite of passage kind of thing. So on your roll your oats, all that good
Right,
shit.
right. You know, and it makes you feel like, all right, I'm more valuable because of who I can get and what that means. Because I know that she wouldn't just give it to anybody, you know. So that means that I'm more valuable somehow. But I really didn't. It didn't really show me what was valuable about me. You know, it didn't. It didn't really help anything. It was just. It was some. I think it was a part of a mental illness that I was dealing with. You know, where I equated that to value, how many women I could get. You know, and I feel like, and I'm not gonna take away the fact that if you can get women in that fashion, that it does mean something, because it does. Because women are very selective, for the most part. If they have any value about them, they can be selective, and they're not just gonna give it to any and everybody. They won't even respond to your DMs. Y'all niggas know that. Like, they won't even talk to you, you know? So if you can get in with them, it does mean that it's something about you, that certain je ne sais quoi, even if you don't know what it is, it's something about you, but intrinsically it's not valuable, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's like empty calorie shit, but it exists.
There you go. Empty calories. There you go.
Yeah, well, I look at it this way, man. From a pragmatic standpoint, what you're saying is absolutely right. When you try to fill your void in with bodies, you running from something.
Yeah.
You are. Now, men run away from stuff with fucking hoes better than women do, because as you said, women are more selective, which I agree, because women on dating apps have shown that they are very selective of who they swipe right on, and just go all day like right?
Yeah.
Pussy. And women generally fuck the same guys, and by the same guys I mean what they deem as select guys, over 6 feet tall, handsome, or whatever. I know we talked about that's subjective, but women can for the most part aggregate together and decide who handsome guys are, right? Muscular and things of that nature. So as we both know with lived experience, these hoes giving that shit up if they deem you in that category. They are. So the question asked, like, is it the same? And in my opinion, it should be the same, but it's not. Society exists. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Emotional ties, that how women fuck and how dudes fuck, it exists. Because you know this just like me. I done hit a few. I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
I don't remember the bitch name, right? So women, not say women don't do that, because they do. Generally speaking, you like the guy when you fuck him. You like him. I literally remember fucking motherfuckers. I'm just like, I don't like this bitch. I'm like, fuck it. It's Tuesday. Why not? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, why not? It's Tuesday. I ain't doing shit else. Check out and play goddamn PlayStation. So we gotta. And so here's the old analogy. Now I may miss some of y'all with this. It's fine. What do you call a key that can unlock multiple locks?
Master key.
That's a master key. What do you call a lock that any key can open?
Shit, I don't know the name for that shit.
Damn name your lock. You might as well. Right? So whether women want to accept it or not, you're receiving, we're giving. Again, fundamentally, it's similar practice. I'll meet you there. But ultimately, to have all that stuff into you, and if you ain't strapping too, that's a lot of, like, it's almost like, you know, you're like soul partners with a sexual partner, right? So you get all these different entities that come into you, these situations, and I call it the dance of like how y'all get to that point. Men can dismiss it a lot easier than women can. So ultimately speaking, yeah, it's a more of a premium of lesser fucked pussy. It's a premium on it. Because I'm gonna just tell you, ladies and gentlemen listening, well, mostly to the ladies, guys don't huddle around like, man, I want a bitch that everybody don't fuck. That's not what we do.
No.
That's not what we do. Now, I want to say, well, I want to be the next dude in line to hit that. Yeah, of course. We talk about that shit all the time. But it's like, yo, I want a gal that. You look like a sucker, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, so in practice, no, it's not the same at all. But fundamentally, I understand your point that it should be in the sense that you don't give your soul tie to that many people because ultimately you're trying to escape from something. But again, men just happen to escape better. And it's just like, it's just not a smart game to play as a woman, man. You want your shit to be exclusive. You know, one of the best things that made Beyonce like one of the baddest bitches that ever lived? Because she's exclusive. You don't see Beyonce wilding out, doing crazy shit, dating all these dudes. Beyonce is so
on the video.
Her allure is that you really can't touch her. You really don't know a lot about her. But then these Insta thoughts who look better than Beyonce, I mean, there's plenty of them. They look way better than Beyonce, but they're so accessible. It's yeah, that's nice, but it ain't nothing to you. And what happens is when they cross 30, 35, 40, the pool gets shorter and shorter. Because why is that? Because your reputation is horrible. These former porn stars, women, they come in and they're crying now in their 40s because everybody sees them as a porn star and nobody takes them serious. So there are ramifications for your loose pussy. Just saying.
Absolutely. I just think that it's a reason why women lie about that shit. How many partners?
Damn, I didn't even think of it that way. Damn,
yeah.
The reason you lie about your body count. There you go. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, and that's what should be explored. Why am I lying about that? And why do I have to lie about it? Because I know how it's perceived. And you know that, it ain't, you don't call it wrong. It's not wrong because it's your life, but it does devalue you in the market that you hoping to win in, in the dating market. That's why you see these posts like, you shouldn't be asking no questions like that. Why not? That tells me a lot about you. If you tell me that you've been with 50 men in the last year, you know what I'm saying? Like, instead of 5 in the last 10 years, like that tells me a lot about you. It's like you can do the math on it. It's you can quantify the shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, you had to do this, take this, like you dealt with this many dudes overlapping and all this shit. And like, that's what you had to do to make these things happen. And it boils down to what kind of person does that. And that tells me a lot about who this person is. So yes, I'm gonna ask you that shit. Like, I want to know. And if you lie, then I can't tell I can't tell if you're lying, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I hope you wouldn't, but
I can observe your actions though.
Exactly.
And it ain't gonna match up to the number you said.
Exactly. So and going back to what you said earlier, we like to think that we're special. But even as special as I feel, and I know that I'm like one of one, it was another nigga that hit it too. And that nigga wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, how special do you have to be with you, And that kind of, I know that's ego shit, but it matters with men. Like, we want somebody that is a prize, like y'all like to say. Like, we want somebody that we can walk with, and they be respected. Not be like, oh shit, there goes Sammy in his hole that everybody had. Like you said,
ladies. Sorry.
Remember, you told me when you was at PV, somebody, one of the girls came in pregnant. You like somebody said, oh, somebody fucked up because she was a hoe. He said somebody fucked up. Because they fucked around and got the whole pregnant. You know what I'm saying? You remember that shit?
I remember telling you that. That's funny.
Yeah. So you don't want to be that person that fucked up. And and y'all are what y'all are. We are what we are. So the way we meet is, and what you come with is what you come with, and only you can control what you come with. So I think it's best to stay in front of that. I think that's why dads tell their daughters, I mean, for multiple reasons, but to hold on to that shit. Like, hold on to it, because guys, I tell Journey, and I don't tell Zoe, too young for it, but I tell Journey right now, like, these niggas only want to fuck. That's all they want to do. It's nothing they can do for you. They want to be the first one to do it so they can say they did it, and then that's it. Like, it's nothing they can do for you, and it's nothing that can come from that shit but trouble. Trust me. And I said, I was one of those young guys that was trying to do the shit and that was doing it. But it was nothing I could do for them women or for them little girls. It was nothing I could do for them. It's nothing they can do for you. Don't play yourself like that. Don't give what's so valuable away to somebody that means nothing or will mean nothing in a few years. You won't even fucking know them anymore. I don't even know who I was with my freshman year in high school or 8th grade. I don't even know who I was with. Like, they don't even matter. They don't exist in my life. But they got something. Well, I guess they didn't get it. But anyway, Anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why we preach to our daughters to hold on to that shit, because a man, when she's developed, she goes through school or she started a business, whatever she gonna do, and she's ready to take on a husband, that husband is going to have to actually be worth that shit, because she is worth it. It's like, I'm still a virgin. I was waiting till I get married, and the nigga gonna be like, what? Like, first off, he gonna be like, damn, that's gonna be a lot of work, because we just think we can overcome that. Like, it's just the truth to it. But second,
when you're mature, though, you don't think that way no more. When you're younger, it's like, man, I gotta do this, bitch. I gotta do all this. When you're older, it's like, oh shit. That's what's up.
You respect it. You like, damn, you was able to hold on like that. So we respect that shit, and that's something that you hold as value. And I don't care what nobody say. It's valuable. It's valuable. And even if you slipped up once, twice, 3 times, we can accept that. But who was that with that joke talking about 2? Yeah. Damn.
That's how you was raised.
Yes, that's how you was raised. Yeah. So that's just I guess the way that women should look at it and teach their daughters and all that shit, because they are people too. They're going to feel, they're going to have emotion. Their hormones are going to be raging and all that shit, and they're going to want to explore, but you got to teach them discipline. They got to be disciplined and have some kind of plan that they own. Because if they don't, then you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So if they don't have something that's keeping them busy and something that they striving toward, then they're going to go off any kind of way. And they still may, even with that, but you have a better chance of keeping them on track if you actually have a track. And that's what we try to keep at the forefront of what we do with our kids, because we don't want them going off to the side and being able, like going outside and hanging on. I don't know if y'all lived in apartments before, but the big air conditioning and shit, people just be sitting over there and shit on the air conditioners and talking and chilling and trying to think of ways to do.
Ain't nothing good going on them air conditioners.
Nothing. And I could have had sex, like planned sex, a lot earlier if I wasn't scared, because it was girls that was willing to. Yep. And it was just I didn't, and I was not the aggressor. It was just they were ready and invited me to do so, and I was fucking scared and I didn't do it. But what if I wasn't? Yep. I probably would have been stupid too, and I could have got ass pregnant, because we know fucking girls has been pregnant in 6th, 7th grade. Like, my whole life trajectory would have been different, and off of a childish mistake. So we really just got to stay in front of that shit. But back to the count thing, we just got to be aware of who we sharing our body with and our energy with. And like you said, we are so tied with these people, because us as men, we're entering your body, your whole body. Like, nobody can be closer than that. Nobody can get closer than entering your body. That has to have some kind of value to you. And if it don't, then that says a lot about how you feel about you. Because if you let anybody just enter your body, not even be around it, but enter your body, we know that we're the ones entering. And let's just get real frank about it. You're getting fucked. How many times you want to do that with different people? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to be, I don't know. If you look at it like that, ain't nobody trying to be fucked like that. No. And I guess that's the way I look at it. But me being somebody with a high body count, I don't think it's a good idea. And I'm just saying that from somebody that is that. It's just not a good idea. It didn't bring me, what it did bring me was experience, not with the sex part, but knowing different people and personalities and all that shit. So I guess it did help me in that fashion, but I didn't have to have sex with them to do that. But also, women don't give you certain access without a certain excessive level to relationship. So you don't get certain support from women that you're not dealing with at a certain level. You don't get access to their life at a certain level unless you're dealing with them on an intimate level. Like it's layered like that. You know, you don't get to go on Facebook and be like, hey woman, tell me about your life. She's like, who the fuck are you? You know, like I'm not, that's why they don't respond to your DMs. They don't know you and they don't care to know you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll be ranting all day. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean it's an important little sidebar. Let's try to power through those. I'm hungry.
Okay, but we don't operate on what should and could.
But she's gone now, so it don't even matter.
So like, and that's the point I was trying to make earlier. Like, why is it that men aren't accepted, right, on certain things? But if a guy says, well, we don't accept women for this, it's like, oh, it shouldn't be that way. Like, y'all aren't going to accept a dude that's 5'3" and broke and lives with his mom. Why should we accept a hoe?
You know, I wouldn't accept a girl that's 300 pounds.
Exactly.
The reality is a girl that's 300 pounds still has more options than even an attractive man.
Facts. Look at Tinder.
That's the truth.
Women
are accepted no matter how they behave. Men are not. So if a guy puts just like maybe one, you know, prerequisite to be in a relationship, okay, I don't want a girl that's a hoe. Oh, that's misogynistic. Is it really though?
But what if he's a hoe?
Men are hoe makers. Women are the
Yeah,
hoes.
but then how are you the hoe, right? How is your past being a hoe? And how come you don't want a hoe, like a girl that's a hoe, but your
okay,
girl...
let me ask you this. Are men...
And let me say this, and I'm going to let it power through.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like, first of all, look at Waka Flocka face. That boy don't want no part of this conversation.
Yeah. That body language, boy. That nigga about to walk out.
Mad, boy. He's like, I'm out of here, man. Baby boy. But words mean things. So it's funny, like when you really get down to hoe talk, nobody wants to be a hoe.
Nobody
wants to be a hoe.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen situations like prostitutes be getting interviewed. Don't like that term. So I'm like, if you ain't no hoe, who the fuck is? Goddamn. Who the fuck is?
Right.
But it's funny though, because it shows you even in that world of selling sex, all like girls on OnlyFans getting fucked on camera, they don't want to be called hoes. The question begs, if you're not a hoe, who is? So that's that thing they just try to push to the side. Well, no, you just can't really call nobody anything. And that's my point about words mean things. And I'm like, if you a stupid motherfucker, you just stupid. Now I conceded that delivery is paramount.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's a little more egregious when we talk about hoe behavior. You want to do what you want to do. You're sexually liberal. Your body of choice, no problem. Fuck who you want to fuck. Cool. But if you get thrown in the whole category, you can't get mad. You chose that shit. So it's just funny how, and then these women look about late to mid 20s.
Mm-hmm.
They're the worst of this bunch because they buy into that sentiment that you can't label you anything, but what you're doing, baby girl, you been a hoe. It is what it is.
Definition of. Yeah.
You got anything?
No, I was interested to see where he was going with it because, again, when he started getting into the meat of it and not just like you stupid, like that just makes people back off. But when he can, like he's talking about it, now the people can understand. So that's why I was like, it matters how you say shit.
Yeah, decorum, like we talked about.
Right.
All
But yeah, go ahead.
And women the same.
No.
Okay, we're different, right?
Yeah.
Is
But
it
what does a body count have to do with men and
I'm getting there.
women?
I'm getting there logically.
You're sticking it into her, and she's allowing you to. So how is that a difference?
Is it easier for a woman to get laid or a man to get laid?
I think it's both.
No,
Incorrect.
No, not true.
No.
Fuck no.
No.
Fuck no.
No.
The bummiest bitch hang out in the corner, ass naked. Boy, you have cars stopping. Hey, where you going? Where you going?
Yep.
Naked dude on shit like, what the fuck wrong with this creepy motherfucker?
Put him in jail. Put him in jail. Yeah.
Come on now, what we talking about now? Shit.
Yeah, you got to be realistic. Women can. That's what I was talking to.
Talking to who?
I was talking to Tonight about it. I said, I was just telling her that guys don't want to be your fucking friend. They're not your friend. I said, if you texted any of these guys that's supposed to be your friend and told them that like shit is fucked up and you just need a night out and you want to fuck, 100% of them niggas is gonna do it, unless they in a situation to where it would impede their lives, like they got a wife that they can't get away from, and they still would try to fucking figure it out. Like that's the power that women have with sex.
Absolutely.
Men don't have that shit. We gotta, what you doing? Can you you know what I'm saying? Like we gotta work way harder. Y'all don't have to work at all. You literally can walk to Walmart and put a sign on your back and have a line of people waiting. Like that's just how it is. We put that same sign on our back, we probably going to jail. Yep. and banned from Walmart. So it's not the fucking same. And I don't know why people think that shit is the same. It's not. It's not the same.
Well, it's just a bad faith. It's a bad faith argument because she don't want to concede the overall point. So you're gonna argue in bad faith, and that's just how it goes. I mean, that's pretty common.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Correct.
A woman.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
I just said earlier,
woman.
1 in 3 men is a virgin or hasn't had sex from 18 to 30.
So
women don't
are
have that
women.
problem.
There's women that are virgins.
So her retort is, there are women that are virgins.
What are they, nuns?
But she's not quantifying nothing. He gave you a stat. Let's run it back.
1 of 3. I heard him.
1 of 3 between 18 and 30 don't get sex or are virgins. But some women are virgins too. That's your retort. How can you say logic to a person like that? That's crazy.
Can't.
Of course, women are virgins too. Of course. But we're talking about by the numbers.
Yeah.
Real quick.
By choice.
Hey man, this love, man. I got.
No worries, bro.
I want that.
And it's funny how Myron dismissed him leaving because he kind of felt the energy already. You know, Myron be doing some clown shit sometimes, especially Fresh. Fresh be doing a lot of. I can't take that nigga serious. but Myron, he's gotten really good at this in the last 3 years of him doing this shit, man. And so I admire him for holding frame. Because Waka talking about he got a piece out, and he just like, all right, man, cool, bro.
Yeah.
Not trying to placate to him, oh, why, man? What's going on? Look.
Yeah.
All right, bro, you can go. The show's gonna keep on, so I gotta give Myron credit for holding frame on that situation.
Yeah, back it up a little bit so I can see what he said.
All
right. No worries, bro.
I want that.
It's great. Love, man. I got.
No worries, bro.
I want that. It's great. Thanks for coming, bro. Appreciate it.
You didn't even say nothing.
Bye.
Hey, body count for men. That's how you fucked up.
Waka Flocka walking out.
So again, in as we close the video out in true baby boy fashion, he leaves out talking shit as he leaving. Now he come and daps him up, so I give him credit for that.
Yeah.
But let's do him.
Flocka walking out.
These girls don't want no hoes.
All right, bro.
Hey, body count for men. That's how you fucked up.
So
Waka Flocka walking out.
So obviously that body count thing was a thing that held him up. Why not address that shit on the mic, bro, before you leave?
Right. Because he'd have to fucking lie. That's why.
Exactly.
That's why.
There you go.
Yeah.
Disingenuousness, ladies and gentlemen. Disingenuous.
Yeah. He'd have to lie. Problem. That's why I'm gonna just go ahead. Yeah,
now like kids do. I used to be a teacher. When you kick a kid out of class and shit, they do.
I ain't want to be in
I always say that shit to him, like, cause it's again, that's baby boy behavior, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Now he had him, so I give him, half credit on that. I give him a 50. That's still fair.
Yeah. Nah, I always let one of these kids say something. Oh, I think they said something. I'm bringing it right back. Like, what? Right in front of me. What you said? I was just. Yeah, I know. You ain't say shit. You better watch what the fuck you saying. Think you talking to? No.
I had a substitute teacher square me off like that in 10th grade. I ain't gonna front. Boy, that boy, I said something under my breath. He's like, "Huh? What'd you say?" Well, I started sipping my soda and shit. I remember Amy got on my ass about that shit. It was so funny.
Hey, boys don't want that smoke, man.
Hey, it's different when
you can feel it. You can feel it. Hey, boys ain't trying to have it. Just like, all right, because you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't compile that shit and further trip. Like, it's like, all right, nigga. Like, let me go ahead and chill out. Yeah, let me chill out. That's why I said when my daddy said that, I knew I was tripping. I knew I wasn't. And then I'm like, well, I'm gonna get, because I ain't getting no whooping at this point. I'm 17. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta fight. Now I ain't not trying to do that shit. And I'm the one tripping. I don't want to be wrong like that. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah. So.
Well, we got to the end of the video, man. So I thought that was a good back and forth. I didn't think we'd go this long, but I mean.
I know shit.
Yeah, we here.
Like we covered a lot of shit, so I mean, hopefully the people that was watching, they got something from it, I think it was cool when they was interacting and shit. We got a lot done, in my opinion. I think we're gonna get in trouble for some of the shit we said, but
it is what it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I ain't got nothing to lose, shit. I ain't nothing to lose.
We'll be all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of The Wise Guys with Cliff and
God Jr.
Alrighty. So stay locked in. I think we're gonna drop another one next week. So we're gonna try to do once a week. We're gonna try to get that going. So thank y'all so much for being a part of this experience. And I hope you took something from it. Share it with someone else. If you agree, disagree, comment on there. Let us know what's up. And we'll talk to y'all on the flip side.
Peace. And shout out to the single mothers.
Shout out to the single mothers.
Asshole.
Good luck to you guys. All right, y'all. We out.
Well, I tell you.